Hello everyone. The topic of this video, and hopefully it'll be a short one, is that I called my healthcare number, and we are part of the program is 6 counseling sessions. It can be anything about finances, it can be about drug problems, it can be about marriage and everything else. So I said, okay, see if they can help me with autism. So I called and said, look, found out I was in the spectrum in February, and I'd like to talk with some people, about that could work with me on this. And he just went to a directory and looked up names and in the area I wanted to go to, and I got a couple of names, and I called them, and they're going to call me back here. And I'll just sort of keep you up to date on what's going on with that. But it may be nothing. It may be the best thing I've ever done, And it's 6 sessions per year, and I'm here in July, so if they do one a month, it's I could have actually a 1 year of counseling now, going into next year, and then a year off. But I don't know what to expect. I don't even know really. I won't say I don't know why I'm going. I'd like to get some guidance, and maybe if they've got the ability to do some specific testing, evaluations of areas that I'm weak and things like that. I have a feeling that's what they'll probably start off with. When I was diagnosed, it was odd. I don't know if I've heard anyone else that was diagnosed this way, but there's also not a lot of people that are 59 years old that are being diagnosed. But I made my appointment, and from what I understood, it was 3 appointments. It was going to be, first one is just basically a, name kind of slips me. An initial interview. And I thought it was going to be an initial interview. They'll kind of narrow down what they want to test. So then the next one was like up to 8 hours that you'd be testing, and then we had a closure, a final meeting to go over results. Well, the lady sat down with me, the doctor. I mean, she had a doctorate, and it's like, okay, what's going on? I said, well, I think I might be on the spectrum. And why is that? Okay, well, problems at work, and it's actually kind of fuzzy what all happened. I mean, I know she asked me questions about my past, why I thought I was on the spectrum. I think was the first part of it. Then basically she went through and said, okay, well, what you're saying of these things, these could be something else. These could be also part of something else. So she went into that. I think it was PDD, NOS, pervasive developmental disorder, I think it is, or delay, not otherwise specified. And then there's some other sort of, I don't know, it's obsessive compulsive, or it was something else social, but it was like she asked specific questions like, these are very key things about that kind of a diagnosis. I said, oh no, not that. I said, okay, eliminate that. This one could be something else. Are you doing this? No. Okay, eliminate that. And she finally, it was kind of, I remember her saying, it really went over the top of my head, because I was here thinking, she said something to the effect of, well, it really doesn't matter what we call this. If you're looking for help, we'll just get you the help. And I thought, oh, great. Now they're going to go back to telling me, well, it's just depression. You need to start on Prozac, and you need to, it's like, oh God, no, not again, So I was already there just to basically just huff and puff and walk out. I mean, I wouldn't have walked out, but she had said, and it didn't register. So I thought, well, I think you're mild, but you're mild Asperger's. But she said, but it doesn't really call it. And she said that before. I think she said, well, it doesn't really matter what we call it. And I heard the doesn't matter what you call it. And I was like, I probably was looking at it. I'm gonna strangle you. You know. And she said, just so well, so that's what I'll put down and put mild Asperger's. And when she said that, it was like, but then it was sort of like, well, then she said, she said, it's up to you. I don't see any reason that we need to do any further testing because it's not going to change anything. I mean, you basically, I guess I'm going back in the past and that, but I don't know if that would be totally true. I mean, if it brought up specific areas of weakness, I don't know what the testing was, so I don't know if it would have or not. And she might have been right smack on. So, like, basically, you've answered the questions. You're just going to answer the same questions again, So anyway, so it'll be interesting this next phase because I don't know if they're going to now want to do more testing. To say, okay, you think it's communication? Let's give you some of the battery of exams for communication disorders. And I've taken some of them online. I know it's like facial recognition and things like that, and I think I do pretty good. But I don't know. I know I take things very literally. I do realize that now. And looking back, I mean, there have been things that it is subtle. It really is. It's very subtle. So will they? That's it's going to depend a lot on the person doing the examination and the counseling because I really do believe that if you've been around people who are autistic enough and start seeing the variations, I mean, it may be a perseveration, it may be an echolalia, it may be a echologia, it may be a stim, it may be what else, but it expresses itself so individualistic in each person that I mean, it's just like eye contact, I'm pausing because I learned sign language back when I was in my teens, and ever since then I have been signing, and I'm fluent in sign. Well, it's getting rusty because it's been a year or so since I've signed, but and it does get rusty pretty quick. But I thought I had the eye contact thing down pretty good. What I realized is I've got the eye contact thing down pretty good for signing. And still, I think I can still fake it well. I know how to look. They're kind of judging their reaction, like, okay, now it's time to look away. So it still is very, it's not a natural flow. It is sometimes, I guess. Either that or it's so subconscious what I do that I don't pay attention to the fact. I think that's actually a big part of it. That I'm so used to doing things, and I've done them so many times over the years that it's no longer a conscious effort to fake it. That's what's, I guess if there's one thing I could ask these counselors to do, it would be help me get past the masking. That, I don't know how they could do that. That's kind of up to me. I guess really to show me what I'm masking, what I am weak in. That'd probably be a big help. But anyway, so that's what I'm hoping I can achieve in all this, and I will let you know when things start to unfold and what we find, and it might be sort of interesting for you to see what counseling can do. So that's my intro to the next phase of my journey, which would be to go for counseling. Thank you.